my gosh, this is the largest weekend haul that I've ever collected. This calls for a giant antique, vintage, and thrift haul. Let's do it. This is gonna be a really casual floor haul because I don't know how else to show you everything that I got this weekend. As you saw in the opening clips, my partner Ashton and I had such a fun-filled weekend around Minneapolis, filled with treasure hunting, basically. We went to the Minneapolis Vintage Market for the first time. We went antiquing in Hopkins and all of their antique shops to help Ashton look for some items for his tattoo shop. We went to Wild Things Antiques in Fridley, which is like a giant antique mall basically with a ton of different sellers and their booths. Oh, we also went to one of Ashton's clients' vintage clothing stores, Waterwave, in the Como, Minneapolis area. So that was a really awesome local small business to support, especially because it was somebody that Ashton knew. It felt really special. So we got some vintage clothing items there. And then after I left Ashton for the weekend, I went sourcing for my own antique shop. I have 3 different places that I went to, scored huge at all of them. So I'm gonna show you a mix of things that I got for myself as well as my shop. Let me gather. Okay. I also vlogged this weekend and I was going to include this haul in the vlog, but it became so giant that it deserved its own separate video. Otherwise, it would have just been in the end of an already very long vlog. But if you want to see the vlog of us going around and shopping in the Minneapolis area, I'll link that above and down below. And last but not least, please subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Follow my Instagram and check out my own antique shop, Moonlit Vintage. I'll link it down below as well on both Etsy, Instagram, and Facebook. If you know me, you know I'm a chronological girly. So we're going to do this in order of places that we've been and things that I bought. Starting with the Minneapolis Vintage Market, which is a relatively new vintage market in Minneapolis. I love the concept and I'm surprised that we didn't have one before, but I'm so thankful to the founder that put this all together. We're just tons and tons of local vendors, vintage shops. It's just like a ton of different vendors selling their vintage clothing. It was like 95% clothing, some home decor. I was scoping it out to see if it was a place where I could have my own booth. But yeah, we went there first. It was so overwhelming. They have coffee if you want to get some coffee and walk around. They also have a bar if you want to get a mimosa, and then vintage shop. I couldn't go without getting a little something, and I quickly realized that everybody's little booths were so, I mean, reasonably so expensive. Like, I kept finding all these adorable vintage items that were like $80 for a dress. Couldn't do it, but there were some deals. I found the 50% off racks. I also found like the $5 bins that you dig through. Some booths had like better prices than others, so both of these were from like the $5 rack. And again, I really don't know how vintage these 2 items are, which whatever. I got this little brown off the shoulder checkered top. I really hope it fits. It's actually a size medium, but this material and stretchiness seems like it would fit my body. Also, like, I don't know, I have broad enough shoulders where it probably would work. So I got this for $5. I also found this t-shirt on the same $5 section. This is so not vintage. It's literally from PacSun, but like whatever. It's just this oversized white t-shirt with the moon and the sun tarot cards on it. So very, very me, and definitely something that I will wear. My biggest takeaway from the Minneapolis Vintage Market is that vintage clothing sells. It made me want to be more eco-friendly and resourceful with my wardrobe and look for older pieces, timeless pieces. There were so many beautiful like 90s dresses that I fell in love with, or like early 2000s, like floral, almost like Freaky Friday like vibes. I also decided impulsively after going to the Minneapolis market that I want to launch clothes onto my own vintage shop. So we'll get to that in a second. Going to the Minneapolis Vintage Market put me in such a digging mood, like wanting to dig for like cute clothing. And that is exactly what I did that we were getting to, but it also made me really want to include clothing in my vintage stores. So I'm actually going to start doing that, and I'm going to show you some of the pieces in a bit, but we're not there yet in this vlog. After the Minneapolis Vintage Market, we stopped at Waterwave and got a few clothing items to support Ashton's client. He has a really awesome vintage shop. It's mostly like t-shirts, designer, Y2K, sneakers, but he had like a big bin as well. And I think that's where I got this one. I think, yeah, the $5 bin. It's just this like 90s oversized blue shirt. I don't think I even looked at what it said. How did I not notice the eagle? I was in one of those moods, I think, where I just like saw the shirt and was like, you're coming home with me, basically. So we got that. I also found this amazing 1991 World Series Minnesota Twins crew neck. I think this is so cute, and I'm definitely going to a Twins game this summer, and I'm gonna wear this. I've been wanting to go to a Twins game for so long. I love going to them. It's just been a hot minute. So now that I have this, there's no other excuses. We have to go this summer. That's all I got from Waterwave. Ashton got, I think, 3 items of clothing. This next thing is from the Hopkins Antique Mall. I have been wanting something like this for over a year, but every time I see them at antique stores, they're usually like $30 to $50. This one was only $18, so that's when I knew that it was like waiting, and I've been holding out for like the most perfect one. It's also not as big as the other ones that I've looked at. Like whenever something isn't quite right, I feel like if I just wait, the perfect one will come along, and that's exactly what happened here. It's just this little gold mirror. Here, I'll show you what you're on. You're on my piano bench. Perfect for like little perfumes and candles and all of that, and I've wanted one of these for my dresser for a long time, so I'm glad that I found the perfect one. And then the next day we went to Wild Things Antiques to try to hopefully find a couch for Ashton. We did not, but I did find this wooden little desk organizer for my office upstairs. I love the details in the carvings up here, and I love all of the organized slots. And this item was, I think it was like also only $11. Yeah, $11 for this. Like, I actually did find another one of these in a different seller's booth at the same mall, and they had theirs listed for 18, but this one was 11. So it's interesting to see the comparison in price, but I'm sure now the other one will sell because I bought the cheaper one. Perfect though. I feel like I always have papers in my office and receipts and things, and this will help me stay organized. And my style is definitely shifting from like the white minimal influencer look to like warm, lived-in 70s aesthetic, in my opinion. So that will match my office perfectly. Thrifting and antiquing all day with Ashton put me in such a digging mood, like I said, for items to find for my own antique store, as well as finding my own vintage clothing items that are not marked up as $80. Because if I do the work and if I do the digging, not only will I find really cool, unique outfits, but I'll feel so proud of it because I hunted for it in a way, if that makes sense. I do really want to have my own booth in the summer, and I think having a booth rental at the Minneapolis Vintage Market would be amazing, but I need to expand my clothing that's available first and get more familiar. I know a lot about like antique items, but when it comes to vintage clothing, I'm not the most familiar with it, so I'm very selective with items that I choose because of that. But I want to show you what I found at this first shop that I went to. I've got some like kitchen home decor items to list on Moonlit. I've got some clothing that I think I'm gonna launch, like a back to school clothing line, I think is one of my vintage, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna go with what's right on top. I found this vintage DKNY little denim vest or like short sleeve. Super, super cute. It's a size small. I think this is so cute. So this will be, I think I'm gonna do like a back to school fall clothing line launch for Moonlit, and that is like the perfect vintage fall denim. I also found this like crocheted button-up sweater with flowers on it. I took a lot of inspiration for what I was seeing at the vintage market, and I wanted to find items similar to that. So this lace white tank top, this is a size XL, but look at how beautiful this is. I found 2 incredibly wrinkled that I will have to iron or steam little laced cami tanks. We've got the black one and then the white one. Oh, this one is so fun. It's kind of giving me like grandma. It's like grandma, but like in a cute way. This one is also a size XL, but it's this green embroidered floral tank. So cute. I feel like anything that feels knit, crocheted, or has like that see-through material is perfect. It's not knit and it's not crocheted, but it's like the see-through pattern top. I forgot I found this. This is gonna be in my little like back to school launch of clothing items. It's a size small. It is vintage, free people, little jacket. It's kind of giving Gossip Girls to me, but I like the bottom part as well. I cannot believe I found this while digging for like thrifted clothing, basically. This is gonna be perfect for like a little back to school clothing launch if I do that at my antique store. I feel like I'm seeing these for the first time again because I go into such like a rush of like buying everything that I forget what I buy, especially when I went to 3 different places. So I feel like I haven't seen these before. I also found this very similar to that green one. We have this tank with the flowers. Like, how fun is that? This is also a size XL. I'm actually glad I was looking in other size sections because if all of these were my size, it would be really hard to list them. I just want to keep them all. I found this in the men's section, but it's an old vintage Banana Republic green button down, and then you've got this embroidered on the front pocket. Excellent condition. It is a size men's medium, but I thought that would be perfect for a little fall launch. I also found 2 books. I'm keeping these, but I found When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. Looks like a pretty good thriller. And then I also found Emma Straub's This Time Tomorrow, which is kind of like a 13 going on 30 plot, except isn't it like 40 going on 16? Yeah, on her 40th birthday, she wakes up the next morning and finds herself on her 16th birthday. Sounds really interesting. My friend Nicole said that this book was so good when she saw my Instagram story of this in my cart. So I'm excited to read this. It's in such amazing condition. Like, the book feels brand new, and this was $2. I do try my best to only buy previously purchased books, like instead of buying them brand new. Got 2 more books to add to the TBR. Okay, I think this one is all of like the items that I found there. I think everything else is for Moonlit Vintage, my antique store. I found this teapot with all of these floral details. Look at how beautiful she is. This is from the 2004 collection, so just barely hitting the vintage mark. To me, anything 20 years ago or longer is vintage. Anything like 50 years or longer is antique. I couldn't believe my eyes when I found this next set, but I found a set of 5 blue-stemmed champagne flutes from France. They all say France engraved at the bottom, but look at this. The blue, there's no way for me to show you all of them, and I don't want to risk breaking them. I have 5, a full freaking set. I cannot wait to list these. They're so fragile though, it makes me so nervous. So I really hope, if possible, that somebody in Minnesota can take these, just because I would feel so much safer with transporting them and having somebody pick them up than shipping them. Like, I don't know how to ship wine glasses yet, and they're so delicate. I will if they sell on Etsy, but manifesting a local pickup so that I know that they're safe. Oh yeah, I found this cute little tulip bowl. It's very, very faint, but the glass has some slight color tint to it. So cute. Oh, 1, 2, 3. It was a set of 6. I have 6 blue stemmed champagne flutes from France. I forgot about these. I hope you love these as much as I do. Little green stemmed, tiny, almost like martini glasses, but this could be a shot. This could be a little dessert drink. This could be something to put earrings in. Like, it doesn't even have to be for alcohol, but I love these. That's everything that I got from the first place. I actually tried a new shop that I found while Googling places near me. That's why I'm not saying a lot of the names of these places. It's because I live close to them. So it's more of a safety concern and not like a gatekeeping concern. But if you DM me privately, I'll tell you. I will tell you. I tried a new place though that I discovered on Google Maps. Oh my gosh. I was in there for like 3 hours, hit the jackpot, found so many amazing things for Moonlit Vintage and a couple of goodies for myself. Starting with, hopefully she fits. I haven't even tried her on yet. If she doesn't fit, I'm gonna have to sell her. Starting with this amazing little vintage skirt with the sun. Very celestial, very me. My friend Bailey said that this was me in a skirt, and I think this style of like slip skirt is totally gonna be like my style this summer. Oh my god, this skirt with this tank top, she better fit. I really hope she fits, because this is such, like, this is everything to me. It's also very nostalgic because I wore a lot of skirts like this as a child, especially with this at the bottom. I love when I find things as an adult that remind me of things that I wore as a child. It feels very healing. I found 2 other clothing items that I'm going to list. I cannot believe I found this. I also need to research how old this one actually is. It's Monique, but like by the dress itself and the tag, it looks old. Look at this pink nightgown. Just like the cutest vintage nightgown with the lace detailing. Excellent condition. I know she's old based on the tags, but I don't know how old. She's so cute. This was like probably my favorite find from this new shop. I also found another slip pajama slip dress, but you could honestly wear it not as a pajama. It's a size XL. This one is definitely a bit more early 2000s in my opinion. Just like a little slip silk slip dress. I think it's technically lingerie, but you know how the Gen Z girlies are wearing things now, so this could be a really cute summer dress as well. I found a lot of fragile goodies. Oh, I should just start with the house. How cool is this little house? It was in the Easter section and Easter was last month. I picked up this house before I realized it's also a lamp, a freaking lamp. I hope the light bulb inside works, but this will be so cute. It's porcelain, excellent condition. This in a little library, in a little girl's room, like, oh my God. Definitely a treasure. I found these purple stemmed martini glasses. Purple stemmed martini glasses. Like, I love colorful stems, but clear glasses. Oh my gosh. This little vintage jar with painted florals. This will be listed. Everything I mentioned will be listed unless I state I'm keeping it. I found this little glass bowl with flowers all over it. A little nice floor. I also love the little scalloped rim. Super cute and feminine. This little tiny tray with blue flowers inside and perforated edges. It reminds me of similar little trays that I've had on Moonlit Vintage, but I've never had one this small before. She's so tiny. I think this is strawberry shortcake. I mean, I'm gonna look it up after I take inventory of everything, but look at how cute this little like creamer jug is. So dainty, definitely my shop's style. Kind of like on a similar vibe, I found this 1987 January snow globe and I looked inside. It's still in like excellent condition, never been used. I'll probably release this close to the holidays. I'm starting to section off what I think would be good for a launch for different parts of the year. If you love old retro or vintage things like this, it's gonna be perfect. Especially if you know someone who's gonna like have a little baby in a stroller this upcoming year. This would be such a perfect treasured gift. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. A little apple-shaped bowl. I Googled this and it actually is originally in a set where it's like a small apple-shaped bowl, a medium size, and a large one. Maybe I'll strike gold and I'll find the other ones at different places, but at this shop, they only had this small one. I'm thinking this would be great for, again, the back to school launch, doing a little like September launch of items, and I'll include that. I found this little salt and pepper shaker set with painted fruits, if it would focus. Little painted fruits, and then they have an S and a P on the top. I think these are perfect. Okay, this one's kind of unique, but I think it would look really well done in somebody's kitchen. It is this old Parmesan shaker. I feel like this is something that some of my favorite restaurants in the 90s probably had. I can totally see this in somebody's kitchen though. Like, I love it. This was a really cool find. I love it, I love it. You're gonna die. This heart-shaped tray with little pink florals on this inside. Imagine making a heart-shaped quiche or a heart-shaped pie. It's so cute. It's also oven and microwavable. Definitely something that I selfishly want to keep, but know that I should list. I'm gonna list it. I won't use it to its full potential, and I know that somebody out there will, so it needs to be listed. Similar funky shaped tray. I think this is a serving tray with like little berries painted on the center. I just thought she was cool. And I think, was there a date on the bottom? Yes, this one is 2003. So again, she just made the mark of being vintage. That's why I also have the word treasure in the name of my store, so that if there is anything modern that I think is still fitting, it's just a treasure. This next one is handmade with a signature on the back by RB, but I found this little handmade floral painted ceramic clay plate. This one's so freaking cool. I thought it was broken at first, but it's actually an old candle like holder. The side has a little heart on it. It feels so Victorian for me to like hold this. Super, super cute. I mean, this would be such an amazing purchase. If you like having candlesticks in your home, this with like a purple candle in it. I got so many replies to my story because I posted a story showing some of these items in my cart, and so many people replied to it about this next plate. It's a very nostalgic thing for like my generation, but it's a little Peter Rabbit plate. This next item is also a beautiful yellow pie tray with florals in the center. Again, these can be traditionally used for cooking or even just decor, or like putting on a coffee table to put like candles in and like the TV remote. So, so, so cute. I love the color, the aesthetic, the warm, nostalgic vibes that this gives. So another fun tray option. Oh my gosh. This was the cutest find, and I know some people mentioned on Instagram that they like need this little lamp. Look at this little lamp. Green base with flowers on the shade. It's actually for a candle, so you put a little like tea light candle in the center. This is dated from 1987 as well. The next 3 items are plates, but I have this Mother's Day 1975 plate. Battery just died, but I also have this Easter 1990 plate. So I'm committing because I probably won't release that until next spring. This happy 25th wedding anniversary plate from 1988. I think it would be crazy cool to find a couple that was either born in 1988 or got married in, well, if they got married in 1988, it wouldn't be their 25th anniversary, but some sort of play on that. But yeah, just some special occasion plates. That is everything from that shop. And then last night, I went to a new store. It was kind of far away from the cities, but I think that's where the best stuff is, especially for like my style. For what I'm looking for, I think the best hidden treasures are as far away from the city as possible. Oh wait, where was I? I also got this from the store that I was just talking about. It's just this wooden framed roses. I think my antique showroom video is out by now, but I'm excited to hang this on my little frame wall in there. All of these items have to go down in that showroom in my basement and put away until it's time to list them, and I'm really excited to like put them into a new place. But I found a new shop to source items at last night, and I feel like I found some really cool things, especially when it came to clothing items. I went with like an hour before closing thinking it was enough time, and it wasn't, so I didn't get to fully dig and fully look to the extent that I would have liked to. I was definitely rushed by the end, but I have to launch clothing now for Moonlit Vintage because I found so many. We're gonna try to do this quickly. Oh wait, is this? If this fits though, this one is for me. I'll list it if it doesn't fit me, but this I just wanted for the summer because I don't have anything like it. I just found this black little slip skirt. This one is for me. This one I'm also keeping unless it doesn't fit, but I'm imagining this with like jeans and little black kitten heels. Imagine this tucked in, unbuttoned a little bit with jeans and kitten heels. I have a vision. These next items though are for the shop. I've got this vintage button down, or do you say button down or button up? I say both of them interchangeably. No kitties in the box, get out. This is kind of fun and not for everyone, but I think if it's for you, you'll know. It's like this really fun colored see-through button up. I feel like some of these clothing items are giving grandma, but like not in the ugliest way. Now, just imagine this vintage shirt, unbuttoned, buttoned, it's see-through, with a swimsuit, with a bikini under it, on a boat. Perfect. I love these next two. They're both velvet, which right away I fell in love with. This is a vintage off the shoulder velvet floral top. This is a size XL. I tried to look in every single size section to try to get a very complete collection that will fit so many types of people. There's this one item that I found that is definitely for a certain body type. You'll know what I mean when we get to it. I also have this red velvet button shirt, kind of like Christmassy, but again, so pretty. This next one is for me. It's not vintage at all. It's just another little off the shoulder orange top, and it cinches in the front. Super cute, very me. I'm gonna wear it in the summer. It'll be perfect. Should I show you my favorite find? No, wait, not yet, not yet. I have this yellow button down or button up. I love the coloring of this one. This one reminds me so much of Chessie from The Parent Trap. I was kind of thinking like Parent Trap outfits when I was looking, and I also found, I should show it to you. This is my favorite thing that I found. This is a Dono Rico New York Petite, size 2. There are shoulder pads in it. So what is that, 80s, 90s? I think it's more 80s. Oh, she's so cute. Little yellow dress. Look at the bottom and look at the buttons and the collar and the little cutout and the pads, the shoulder pads. Look at the back. There's a little bow on the butt. This was the coolest find. I love this style. I cannot believe I found this. That is like the vintage clothing that I'm looking for. I also found this vintage skirt with floral, like roses on it. Yeah, look at that. She might actually fit me. No, I feel like she's a little bit too small for me. Definitely a size small in terms of waist, because I don't think I have a small enough waist for this. So cute. I love skirts. I love long skirts like that. I love slip skirts. This with the yellow dress, it's gonna be such a good clothing line. Speaking of skirts, this is the item where I was like, somebody with a very specific body needs to buy this, and you'll understand what I mean when I show you this, because she is so cool. But oh my gosh, I'm looking for a very, very tall person that would love this denim skirt, because the skirt itself is like as tall as me. Skirt from my ankles go up to here. So if this was somebody's waist, like somebody very, very, very tall. I love all of the embroidered flowers. I love the lace at the bottom. This is such a cool skirt, very, very unique. There's a butterfly up here. But yeah, when I list the clothing, I'm gonna like obviously list measurements and sizes and all of that, but this one was so cool. It's reminding me of something that a teacher would wear. So this would be good for like a back to school clothing drop. Another button up or button down, short sleeve, kind of like dark khaki with these embroidered details on that side as well. This one, I might keep her. If she fits, this one's mine. But it's this little yellow sleeveless summer dress, gingham. I look like a little picnic. It's so pretty, so cute. If she doesn't fit, I'll list her. I really wish this worked with my body. Oh wait, maybe she will. I should be listing these items, but yet I'm like, will this fit? Can I keep it? No, I think she's a little bit too long, but I found this vintage white dress. It's got little like embroidered florals up here at the collar. It also ties in the back, so you can add more like body to it. I love the style because it reminds me of my mom when I was little, and like things that remind you of how you saw your parents when they were young. They get me. It also reminds me of outfits that my grandma would wear, and she passed away, so whenever I see something that reminds me of my grandma, I get sad. And this reminds me of both my mom and my grandma. But this is such a beautiful vintage little 90s long dress. Last clothing item I got for myself, because I didn't have anything like this. Very simple black dress. To be dark for a second, I don't have any funeral outfits. So this is gonna be a funeral outfit. I know that I have one coming up. That's very morbid. It's just something that we've seen coming for a long time. Because of that, and because I'm very type A and planning, I wanna make sure I'm prepared. This is one of those thoughts, one of those unnecessary thoughts while dealing with grief, where I was up worrying, thinking, oh my gosh, what would I even wear when it happens? That's one thought I can put to rest. So I got that. I think that is all the clothing items that I found. Like I said, the store was closing, so I didn't have time to dig as much as I would have liked, but I think I found some really cool pieces, especially the dresses. I'm very, very proud of those finds. I quickly went through the book section. I don't even think I had enough time to scan, so I didn't see everything that I possibly could have found, but this was on the end of an aisle. Mistletoe and Mr. Right. I don't have any fluffy holiday books yet, so this will be my fluffy romance book to read next winter. I found this little gold 90s picture frame. I'm gonna list that. I also found this purple plate for Moonlit Vintage. I might wait until winter, like a Christmas launch, because for some reason this is reminding me of Christmas. Can you guess what this next one is? I have this 1997 bell. I love finding things that are specifically dated, because especially on Etsy, people are always looking for unique, caring gifts. So if you know somebody that was born in 1997 or even on Christmas or something like that, I feel like it just adds that extra touch of like, oh, I got this and it has your birth year on it, or it has this, or something that like goes above and beyond. And then the last thing that I got is this beautiful framed painting. I love paintings like this, anything like out in a garden, nature, impressionism, modernism, definitely my vibe. This is by Lee K. Parkinson in 1990. And that is everything that I've sourced, thrifted, antiqued, vintage shopped within the last 2 days. And this is the aftermath of the haul. Now's the fun part because I get to go through each item and write down, take inventory, and put it away in the showroom. If you haven't seen that video where I turn my spare bedroom in the basement into an antique showroom, I'm gonna link it above and down below. If you haven't checked out my Etsy shop yet, definitely go check it out. You can follow the shop on Etsy. I think you just admire it is the button, and then follow the Instagram Moonlit Vintage Treasures as well. Speaking of, I got something in the mail. This won't be out for a while, but live time when I'm filming this, my antique shop launched about a week and a half ago, and I'm still, you know, ordering some things for it. I am waiting for business cards to arrive, and there are just so many things that go in post-launch to Moonlit Vintage that I'm still working on. I think this is part of it. I ordered little stickers to send out with each order. So when you buy something off of my Etsy shop, I'll mail a card, a business card, and then a little Moonlit Vintage sticker. I just made these on Vistaprint, and I got 50 to start with because I don't know how many orders I'm gonna get. I'm just waiting on my business cards to arrive. I hope that you enjoyed this huge antique vintage thrifted haul. Seriously, oh my God, I just realized there are things I didn't show you because I set them aside and then never went back to them. I'm glad that I saw them. Otherwise, when I was cleaning up, I would have been like, what the heck? I'm expanding to doilies and oven mitts because I found some really cute vintage ones. This little bear with florals. I got these two handmade ones entering my doily era, but these were so cute. So I'm gonna list those. I got a couple of doily placemats and tablecloths. I got this circle one, kind of looks like a sun. These will be so easy to ship. Like, I know they won't break in the mail, so I'm excited to get those listed. I got this one, which is kind of like rectangular. You could put like a loaf of bread that's still cooling off on top of this one. Very, very similar, but a circle with like, they all look like suns to me. This one as well. So yeah, we've got doilies, and I've got so much work to do now, organizing and putting everything away and making sure everything's in the best condition. I'm gonna buy like a clothing rack as well to display all of my clothing items on, and I really want a booth at this Minneapolis vintage market, so I might have to like start going to the bins or estate sales and digging because I want to find some vintage clothing items. If I can like come up with enough to be part of that, I want to do it. I only went to the Minneapolis vintage market once, and that's all it took for me to want to become a vendor. I'm gonna end this video here though because I actually have to film for the antique showroom reveal, so I'm gonna go do that downstairs and of course put everything away. I've created the biggest mess, but I hope that you enjoyed. Please go follow Moonlit Vintage on Instagram and Etsy. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe for more videos like this. I love showing you guys the treasures that I find, and I just get so excited. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye!